Oh, that's sweet. People
Said
don't.
we got checks all on the wish list, couldn't predict it. From hanging with the wrong audience to running this show. I'm finally living, but in the beginning I didn't know. No, didn't know I get this dream. The chicks that used to scream got me up in it. I didn't know, no, didn't know I come out clean. The only time the homies see me is on TV screen. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
What up? It's Wiz Fiasco, aka Wiz, aka Wizard. Why? Because you cannot fathom the wizardry. And if time doesn't exist, then how the hell are we born? And I'm here with the panel, my other host, Lady in Red. Say what's up.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Lady in Red, the true definition of red, representing the lovely red divas.
And then I got my man, the original, the real DJ, KZ the Truth.
What's up, y'all? Try to be energetic today. Think my mic working.
It'll be okay, sir. It'll be okay. And this is Lifetime Podcast. We talk about life, talk about geek culture and what the hell's going on in the world, and have good discussions about it. It's a real chill zone. And on Lifetime Podcast, our first topic is what happened. So we're gonna talk about what happened, get to know the panel. Lady in Red, what happened?
A lot's happened this weekend for me. So this weekend, my godparents celebrated 50 years of birth. So we had a huge birthday party extravaganza on the beach house. The food was banging. The drinks was on point. Yes, I got tipsy. I was staying out on the beach all night. Lily had to sleep it off on the beach till like almost close to like 2 some in the morning. Didn't get home till like after 3. Crazy. What else? Oh, went to my first NPHC Greek picnic. Yes, your girl is Greek. She is the devastating diva of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Did that, went back to the party, went back drinking, went karaoke with KZ. He actually got me to sing. Like, what, 3 times we sung?
That shit was torture trying to get you to sing last time, and now you singing all of a sudden, okay.
Yeah, I know one person is going to be highly upset because he wasn't here too for this. I know I'm going to hear, I'm going to get a text message or whatever. And KZ, you already know who that one person is. Why you have to say it like that? Don't do that.
What? I'm just saying.
Don't do that. What else? Saw some old friends at the karaoke at the bar or whatnot. They was about to pounce on KZ, but I had to calm them down.
What, some girls that old friends or
Saw some old friends at the karaoke.
some girls or some friends that are girls?
No, like these are guys. Like they were like, we all knew each other from church and whatnot. So I looked at them as my big bros. But I don't think they look at me as a little sis anymore. I changed from being a little girl to now. I don't look the same.
You're a grown woman.
Pretty
Congratulations.
much. Pretty much. So they was about to pounce on KZ, but I had to calm them down.
They're gonna pounce, like beat him up?
Like they was gonna have a talk with him, like
Calm down, you horny toad.
because KZ pulled a move. We was
KZ's pulling moves.
KZ, you gotta come mighty quiet. You got
I do what I do. Whatever the mood is, that's what I do. So
KZ's like, I do what I do.
You said what?
You do what you do. That's all you gotta say.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what you mean. I'm just saying. I do what I do.
Then after that, because I had my sis with me. And then after that, yesterday I went to Birmingham. Traveled to Birmingham for a few hours, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Have fun. Oh, we was clowning though for us, even though the rest of we church folks, we was clowning, and my mama was cussing out church folks, and it was so funny. It was crazy.
How church folks gonna be cursing each other out, man? It's like counterproductive.
Look. We had the matter of fact, we had a sermon about that before we left. It was so funny. I just like look. It is what it is. That's how people is, and you know it.
Oh man. Oh man.
So I
Oh,
had an interesting weekend.
so KZ, man. What did what happened with you, my man? What happened with you?
Well, let me see if I remember. Um, this week been up and down. Got a Had an interview with a really good company. Waiting for a call from them. They seem very interesting and interested in me. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
I can't hear you. Can you speak up a little bit louder?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well, I was saying I had an interview with a company that seemed very interesting, and they're very interested in me. So I'm just waiting on a call back from them. Uh, or she told you a little bit of the weekend. I went karaoke Saturday with Kaylin. Before that was a set. Yeah, yeah, it was still Saturday. Oh yeah, earlier that Saturday I went to the beach with my people. We had a good time. We were there. Friday I went to the new what was it called? I mean it is gallery night, but they changed it up a little bit. It was a little different. I mean, it was straight, but it was different. And I went out. And that's about it, I think. That's my weekend.
Did you well, did you see Avengers?
Oh yeah, I did.
Do your little quick review. Me and Lady Red did a review of it, but do your quick review, man. What you think about it?
It made me think when I left the theater the first time. I went to see it more than once, and I was blown away. I At first I didn't know what to think. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong. I didn't know what to think. After seeing it again, I think they made the right choice to do what they did. But that's about all I can say to people. But I feel
Man,
people should watch it.
yeah, I really love that movie. I thought it was fucking phenomenal. But after that, man, it's like it has you drained. It's like you don't want to see no other superhero movie. Like I would have been jumped on Deadpool, but I didn't even realize it fucking came out this weekend, and I just didn't feel like going to see it. I was like, Sunday, I was like, nah, man. I was like, because it makes every superhero movie irrelevant after that. Because you gotta just continue the story and like, let's see what goes on else in the universe, man. And Agents
Well,
of
I was
Shield,
supposed to go see that, but uh, um, I didn't. It's same with you. I didn't know when it had came out because someone told me it came out. And I was supposed to see it, but I got stood up. But it's cool. Anyway,
Who's supposed to go see it with you?
my best friend, not Yana, somebody else. It's cool though.
Who?
You don't know her name.
You talking about Pam, your girl?
No, Nikki. Oh,
this world, just standing people up. What a cruel world.
no.
What a
Text
cruel
me.
world.
I would have
Hey,
went to sleep.
Avengers had to do something because after church, what was that last week? Like me and my pastor and my uncle, who's also a pastor, we was all talking about it after church. Like we had a whole like 20-minute discussion about it after church.
Oh shit! What was y'all saying?
Like first of all, it started off with talking about how expensive the movie was because his kids wanted to see it, and then when he saw it, He said he was mad. He ain't like how I ended. Then he said you had this one person like crying, and then everybody was staring at this person like, "Are you seriously crying?"
That was a
Yeah.
sad part in the movie.
Shit.
Then he was like, "Man, I think they was making jokes about the glove, yeah, the thing or whatnot.
Why?
Talk about how there was a meme about LeBron having it on.
The
Oh,
Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, the gauntlet. They was talking about LeBron having the gauntlet on. It was so funny. But literally, this movie, usually, people see movies now and then, but this movie has such an impact that we literally, after church, you be hungry, you be ready to go. We stood in church for 20 minutes talking about this movie. That's how much of an impact it was.
Yes. And that's sad because that's what Justice League should have been. That's what Batman v Super. That's what Batman v Superman should have
I
been because it
wasn't
ended a
mad at
similar
the
way.
ending though. I mean, that's what was supposed to happen anyway. But
The casual audience was pissed, man.
I
It
know
was
they
fucking.
ain't read the comic book.
There was 7-year-olds in the theater going, "This movie sucks," and then like talking to people at my job, they're like, "It wasn't all that. It wasn't all that like people make it out to be." I'm like, "Yes, it was. It's just it wasn't poetic justice, man. The villain didn't lose, but like people are looking at it from a whole different mirror perspective because because at the end it says Thanos will return, and it's like, oh shit,
I mean, the
and it's
movie
like
that
right there, it's like it's pretty much the story of Thanos.
two-parter.
Yeah, it's pretty much the story of Thanos and how he has to defeat these psycho nuts. Oh, what's up, Dark Kent? What's going on, bruh?
I mean, he wasn't really the villain. I mean, he was the villain, but I
Like
mean,
a hell of a story.
technically he wasn't wrong.
Like this,
I
there's like
mean,
even discussions about his theory, like what the hell his plan was. Because like at first I watched one review of this freaking commentator named Ben Shapiro, and he was
mhm.
like just debating the fucking Thanos. Like, first off, that wouldn't work because the guy had a theory about this, and in 100 years, our population grew by 3 billion or some shit like that. He said. But then I watched uh, game theory or film theory, and then he was talking about how it actually does make sense. Like, even though we have more resources than ever, and people are living better than ever, at least in
in
America,
in real
and
life situations that would come down to that happening, and it has happened in history. So what he was doing was legit, and it wasn't like a evil act, but morally, I mean, in some people's eyes, yes, it's like this simple fact of this is like a simple. I'm gonna give you an example of survival. If you had, Kaylin can answer too. If you were on a stranded island, and I'll say like there are four of y'all on a stranded island. You only have enough food to survive for three people, and you are guaranteed to get a rescue. But the fourth person will have to die. Or you feed all four of you guys, and eventually everybody dies. What do you do?
it's a harsh ass scenario.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Shit. Oh yeah, the dude in this, the Dark Kent in the chat, he said Ultron was right the whole time, and so was Thanos. It's a very it's a very interesting thing, man. People kept debating this back and forth, and that's how you know it's a good film because like people question the validity, the validity of his plan, and also why he didn't do certain things. Like some people were saying, well, why didn't he
about.
just create more resources since he has the control of the universe? And I was like,
It would
he
make it
said,
off balance then.
yeah, I think he said he didn't want to. He was tired of babysitting the universe. He wanted to just sit back and relax. So he essentially would be playing God, trying to give everybody resources. Then, the more food, the bigger a population would grow.
Hmm.
So like a massive slice to the population
And
is going to
then
stay
even
for
if
a
you
long.
did the what's it called, give them more food and resources, and the population grows even more, then you got to worry about space.
Yeah, yeah. And I told people like he didn't want to babysit the universe. And then also another thing I said was that the Infinity Gauntlet doesn't create shit out of nowhere. It follows the laws of physics. It just happens to control it. and with all those combined together, it's like as if he can bend it, but he doesn't like break it. And
And
some
did
people were just
you
like, "Oh,
was it
okay, it turns bullets into freaking bubbles," and I'm like, transmutation. He literally has the reality stone, so he can control everything in reality.
and did you also notice in the movie he never attacked anybody unless they attacked him first.
Yeah, like he killed certain people that tried to kill him. He didn't have it coming until you pulled a knife. Like I know it's like every time someone pulled a knife on him and tried to put it to him, he would like either stop it and then put it back to him, or he would like kill you. And that Doctor Strange fight was freaking amazing. I was like, yo, they put on all the stops for this fight. I wish it would have went on longer. That was some amazing shit. And I'm still
And
trying to
Tony
figure
did
out.
his thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why couldn't Doctor Strange like teleport himself back home, or is it like an area type of portal?
Oh, th- it's because of what's it called? They decided all stay and fight because it didn't matter where they went. Thanos would have went to follow them, so it didn't matter. And Tony was like, "Well, I'd rather fight him somewhere else than on Earth, where everybody would get destroyed and die."
I feel it. I feel it.
So
I
yeah,
wasn't
so
sure.
they was like, "Well, we'll just fight here then."
Well, I mean, could Doctor Strange like make a portal to get back to Earth? Because it sounded like he was trying to turn the ship around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they were arguing about. And Tony was like, "Nah, we should just fight him on his own turf because he come with all that destruction, and we on Earth. And even if they do beat him, boy, it's gonna be some casualties."
Yeah, shit was wild. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good plan, sort of. But I was like, maybe you should get your Hulkbuster armor, dude.
I
I
don't think
mean,
with that new one, I didn't think he needed. I think he would. I think Thanos would have ripped that Hulk Buster armor into pieces if he didn't have the new one.
well, yeah, it's more clunky than the freaking magical nano shit that he has. Fucking crazy as hell. Dark Kent said greed has destroyed us along with free will. I ain't gonna say free will. Free will has created many great things. It's just like with many things in life. With French fries, I love French fries, but you got to take that shit in moderation, man. I think Thanos' plan was an interesting plan, and if he would have had sane people, like super sane people like him to discuss it, they could have shown, yo, you're sounding crazy as hell, but here's what we can do to
Well,
cope.
he tried, but his people didn't listen to him, and they all died. So,
Yeah, they didn't listen to him, but I think they could have at least like said, "Yo, here's what we can work out as far as the situation. We gonna build spaceships and shit, and you got to go fight." Oh shit! Oh, Loki did say that. Loki, yeah, Loki's a fucking nut. Loki got his ass laid out, but it's really good villain though, man. He was a really damn good villain, and Marvel's been hitting the after all the complaints. Everyone's with this BS narrative of oh Marvel's big problem, the big problem, or some bullshit. Just clickbait videos. Marvel literally had a whole year where they were killing the fuck out of it with interesting villains for all of last year. Don't lie, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Ego was fucking awesome. Then after that, you had Spider-Man: Homecoming. People said Vulture was the best villain they've ever seen in Marvel since Loki
yeah,
because he was a relatable
got
character and he wasn't.
till you
He
got
was,
Black Panther people talking about.
oh, and then kill. Oh, what's oh wait, before that, let's go to Thor
A
Ragnarok.
Black
Thor
Panther.
Ragnarok.
You said what?
Thor. Oh, lady, right? You said something.
No.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
oh.
But I
Now,
was
what's the craziest thing though?
what?
Killmonger said something that if anyone else would have said it, would have caused a problem. But he said, I guess since in the context of the movie, I don't think people realize what he was saying. But it
What was that?
matches. I'm gonna get to it. I gotta say this part, and then I'm gonna jump right to it. It matches to what y'all were arguing about before we start. Well, y'all weren't arguing about it. Y'all were just telling me what y'all were talking about in the show about what Kanye West said.
And now we're
But the way,
segueing. Good
yeah,
segue.
but the way he said it was about the bondage and his people, jumping off the boats and rather die than be enslaved. And I agree with that too because I'm like, I would rather be a slave. I mean, not slave. My bad. I would rather die than be a slave
Yeah.
because
The thing,
you're gonna die anyway, and and even if you don't die, you got to go through all of that. Your kids break, killed, people. I'm not going through all that. If I did like what he said,
yeah, I think the main thing was, well, okay, we're discussing this Kanye situation. Lady in Red, I know you got a whole lot to say, so let me finish what I gotta say real quick. The thing we need to take into account is Kanye has mental health issues. He's gone on record to say this in numerous amounts, copious amounts of times, even before this scenario. And then if you look at him and his character as a psyche, not trying to blame it on white people or nothing like that, but he's always admired like white figures and always wanted to aspire to be that. He wanted to live that flashy, stylish lifestyle that white people live. Because we all want to aspire to get to that point where we're carefree, like don't have to worry about being judged by the color of our skin. And that's what he admires and stuff like that. And
man, been like
if
that
you
since
look
his
at,
mama died.
yeah, and then when his mom died, he lost all that. He didn't have no type of black energy within him that was like a soulful, down home, this is where you're from energy. How can you be yourself when you're not in your home? And he wants to go, like, go and follow his dreams and shit like that. And it's hard to do that and stay yourself. And so that accumulated with him being such an honest guy, it leads to his foolishness and him speaking what he said. And the sad part is he said shit and now people are like, yo, my man's deep. It's like the thing was though, man, people forget he had an anchor, man. He had Jay-Z. He had his mom first, who always kept him in line. Sadly passed away. Then he had Jay-Z. And like you notice, like those two were integral, bro. Like his mom was the soul of his music. He was from the hood. He came with that energy and he had that outward thinking and that I'm the beast. And then all the ego-ness, that was all him. Like he can still keep that. And then he had the great music, which came from not necessarily Jay-Z, but like Jay-Z honed that shit to a fine edge. And then we got my beautiful dark twisted fantasy, which peaked. That was, in my opinion, that was Kanye's peak. After that, he didn't have no one else. Like he stopped being cool with Jay-Z after Watch the Throne with all his nonsense. And then he has this fucking Yeezus shit where it's like his ego takes control and he's like, I am God. Then he gets Kim Kardashian, the girl of his dreams, and it's like he's like a basic average dude that got elevated to this level, and he's doing everything that we imagine we want to do, but he don't have like the sense or as far as I should say, the common thought to like look around him and see the bullshit that he's being associated into. And which leads me now to today. He always is cool with people. He has the ego, but he's humble he's humble when he wants to discuss things with you. And so he felt like Trump was a genuine type of dude. He was like, yo, this dude's cool as fuck. He don't know nothing about what's going on because, like I said, he lets whatever in his vicinity consume him, and he lets that be his energy. Because this is the same dude that literally said George Bush doesn't care about white people. And like, despite George Bush's problems, he never came off as a racist fuckboy to me. The first thing Trump did was he stopped following white terrorist organizations. That was the first thing he did. And everybody he hired for his job in his cabinet was literally the opposite of what they represented. All right, like getting Steve Bannon and fucking KKK members and shit.
Him, that's why.
Yeah, it was freaking crazy. And so he comes out with this.
I can't really get mad at that though. Like,
it was like this shit. It was like a freaking comedy show. It's like, yo, I'm gonna write like, I think there's a movie. I forgot what the movie was called with Terry Crews, but he was like a crazy sociopath like Trump, like extreme and nutcasey and shit. And he was just doing everything. And that movie predicted. I forgot what it's called. I think it's like Plutocracy or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, he absorbed the energy, and all he said, no one even delved into why he likes Trump. He never gave a clear reason. He just said we got dragon energy. What's this bullshit? Listen, man, make the fuck sense. As I know, it's probably some Chinese shit, but it's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, you're just saying that because he's talking stuff out of. Go ahead.
He don't. Oh, at the end of the day, he don't care. I ain't talking about. I'm talking about what's the name. He don't care what nobody thinks. He just marked something off his list. And
Who,
so
Kanye or
don't win it. I'm talking about Trump. So
Oh
even
yeah,
if you
he don't
don't,
care.
yeah, this is just another notch in the belt, so it doesn't matter.
And then sadly enough, the people that did visit him, like Steve Harvey and stuff, looking like a bunch of damn fools. Now,
I thought
like
that was
months,
stupid.
yeah, months later, they're like they regret the decision because nothing's changed and shit's worse. And
See,
he's like,
you can't change somebody though from talking. But I'm not gonna get mad at somebody because they want to go sit and talk with the man. Like what? That's stupid. What are you going to talk with? Because I want to see. Like what's up?
yeah, and this shit's mad crazy because like Kanye was like using the same talking points. It's hilarious. Like it was like, yo, people like, oh, listen. I'm like, bruh, cut this shit. Point blank, period, man. I don't want to hear it. You're lying to yourself. And you're not make sounding very smart right now. If you're gonna tell me right now that Kanye didn't sound like the typical white guy Trump supporter, if Kanye was white saying this bullshit, you would be like, oh my, fuck this dude. Now everyone's trying to get this alternative message, like, oh, he's just talking about peace. It's like you have to take into account Trump. You can't just say, oh well, it's excluding him. He's talking about accepting and loving and trying not to let things hold you back. But once again, it all hinges from Trump. It's fucking rhetoric, right wing. I don't like to use the political shit that much, but it's the typical alt right white supremacist rhetoric. And then you put on the hat, and I'm like, my new dude, you gotta be smart about this shit. And that's why I say you don't have no real influence. Where's his girl at?
It's funny how everybody is split into two different things, and this man is like, I don't like either one of y'all. It's funny to me.
It's mad funny. Lady in red, what were you about to say?
Oh, I was just listening.
What? No, tell me. You got your views. Give me your views, man. What do you think about these group of fucking young people rallying with Kanye, saying, "Yeah, slavery was a choice."
For those of you that like legitly think slavery was a choice, I just want you to go back and just do some research and learn your history. That's it's sad because we agreed to something that some people don't know much about. You just jumping on the bandwagon, like people do with sports teams and stuff like that. Something dealing with historical or in political, you got to do your research and know your background before you can say I stand with this or I stand with that. Just because your icon or celebrity says this and you don't know nothing doesn't mean stuff like that, and then
I
you don't have
gotta
the
let
right
me throw
to.
this in real quick. I want you to finish, but I like how people act like he the first person to say that, which he was not the first person to say that. There were two people who actually said it before him, although those two people actually made sense and they broke it down and they also put research and stuff into it. But the only reason that they point out Kanye is because it's Kanye. But you may continue, beautiful.
So
Anyways, anyways, like I was saying, half these people, the only reason why they saying yeah we support Kanye is because it's Kanye, and then like they think Kanye is cool because of his music. Let's be real. You got a younger generation. This younger generation, some of them, and I'm not saying all, but some of them don't know much.
You said it right the first time. Most of them don't know much.
No, they don't. So, like I said, they're just jumping on the bandwagon. But the thing about it is this: regardless if they feel like slavery is a choice or not, what was going to be the outcome of standing up? Death. What was going to be the outcome of not standing up? Still death. Your
yeah,
your your outcome was more than likely going to be death, because either you can stand up and be beaten and they possibly would kill you, or you can still be beaten to death as slavery.
I
Either
got a
way, the way we were treated, death was going to come sooner or
yeah. The
later
life
in the
was,
mix.
yeah. You're
It was
absolutely
just
right. The
question.
life of a slave was
if
not
you
that
was
long.
it's just a matter of that if you stood up, death was gonna come quicker than than later.
I
And
got
that
a question though. I just want you to answer it. I'm just throwing a question. Actually, I want both y'all to answer this. All right. So you were talking about the people if they did stand up and then death was guaranteed, and you said, I mean, we already know if we didn't stand up, death was guaranteed anyway. not for everybody, but you know. So if they did stand up, let's say they did, and then did all of that, and everybody agreed. There's just a scenario when everybody agreed, because we know some people did stand up, but nobody wanted to. You know, there was too much fear, which is understandable. So let's say if everybody did decide to be a unit, what what would be the outcome? Like, of course, there were casualties and all that, but what would you think would have been the outcome at the end?
Oh, Amistad, the perfect example. There's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of slave ships that ever made it to the shore, and then it's literally in the first like couple or dozen or so years, and there's been no slave rebel. There's been never. Well, what I'm trying to say is the states, as far as America was concerned, there was no state without no slave rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you look over at I believe it was Haiti and the Haitian over there in the Caribbeans, they were able to slave revolt and successfully take back the country because, for one, it was their homeland. Whereas
I,
with
I like
Africans,
I like that you said that, because I was gonna see where you going with it. Continue.
yeah. And I was also going to say that as far as with this, people trying to say it's a choice. It's like I don't believe when you're being forced to have a choice of death, then that's not a choice in my opinion. It's not a real choice. It's a choice in the sense of, oh,
It's
you got A or B.
okay. It's like this. It's a technically it is, but it's an ultimatum. So
It's not a real. It's not like I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's a choice in the sense you got A or B. But if it's forced upon you, it wasn't a real choice in the first place. Because the main point is death is the end. You're not gonna have anything.
That's the
Like you
whole point that I'm
if
trying to say. And the reason why I say it, because when you say, if they stood up, it's gonna be death. Even though it's two different time periods and whatnot, but take the civil rights movement when they did stand up and the dogs and the water hose and the tear gas was on them and whatnot. They stood up, and sometimes, and the outcome of it was death. Their lives were sacrificed.
Yeah, exactly. And then you bring
they
over to
did,
we didn't have no basic like you escape where the hell you at. No, you don't speak the English. You don't look like everyone else, and then
And then,
generations get wiped out, and you don't know where you're from. So it's like, how
then
can you
you
say
got
it's a
two different
choice when it's
times.
like it's what you're into?
A lot of stuff that we have during the civil rights movement is not available during that time in slavery. Because in slavery, all we had very little knowledge of stuff. Now you did have some leaders like Harriet Tubman that did the Underground Railroad and stood up and helped slaves escape secretly and stuff like
And
that.
Lady Red, how was that able to be formed? Because people were adjusted to the system. Our people adjusted to the system and knew the ways of what's going on. They got help from
breakdown.
white people, abolitionists, and so on and so forth. Once you knew the system, and that's when we were assimilated into like that world.
I
That's
think at
how
that
that was
point,
formed.
fear was so installed in us and whatnot that yes, it did hinder us and whatnot. But
Let
once the
me
laws started stuff tried to change as time go on, we kind of pulled back away from fear. And that's where it started to become as growth.
let
Yeah,
me
like it was a warfare on so many sides, psychological, where as far as religious as well, psychological, like you get broken from your families, put with different tribes and shit, so you can't speak the same English. You see people hanging from ropes. Then you got religiously,
Hey,
like
Wiz,
that turn of story.
what was that? Oh, anyways, but yeah, like you were saying, and I do see it from the other side, because at a like a viewpoint, it makes sense, because let's say if I had like 40, 50 slaves and I'm just with my people, at a viewpoint, I look as like a disadvantage, because that's like a mini squad against me, which I can't stop them. But if
Yeah,
I scare them to make them think that they can't stop me, then yeah, they're not gonna stop me. Same as the little
yeah.
elephant. You know the little elephant trick they do with elephants
What?
when they're babies? They tie a rope around their leg. I mean, not a rope, but a steel, an iron chain around their leg. So they try to break it, they can't. When they get older, all they gotta do is tie a rope on their leg, and they don't think they can break it because they tried it as a kid and they couldn't do it. So when they grew up, even though they're strong enough to do it, they still think they can't.
Damn. Shit, that iron chain logic. I like that. Casey came with the iron chain logic. But yeah, man, like he said, there was just so many methods and ways, and still at the end of the day, we still fought. And then the main thing about problem with what Kanye said, he's trying to say about achieving peace now. Let's go on to that. That's what the whole theory is about what he was trying to say. And the mindset is locking us in. The mindset's not locking anybody in. The reason why black people harp on it is because Jewish people got their up and comings. All right, they rule Hollywood. Then you got the Irish and the Scottish. They fucking got their place in the IRA over there in their fucking land, and they didn't get treated like I think like what in the late 1800s.
Oh, they got
Stop getting treated like trash. They got considered white. So all these races
back then. I mean, later on they got considered that.
Yeah, and then all the other races get, respected, at least in America, that is. And then black people are still getting down, and then like crazy shit continues to happen, such as after the Emancipation Proclamation, finally we fought and we earned our right. And time grew and said, slavery's kind of dumb. Let's get this money and do logical things because the industrial age is coming. Other ways to do it, and it's just too much trouble. Then they want to pass these fucking Jim Crow laws, and we literally had mass incarcerations of black people and such for silly shit. And then we never really rectified those laws. Like we did in a way, but they just continue to get like slanted ways to get.
Ask you this though. You mentioned other groups and what they did. Why do you think we couldn't do that?
Why do you think what?
Why do you talking about the laws and stuff? I'm talking about when you mentioned other groups and them going through things and they had to change stuff. Why couldn't we do that?
Oh, like I tell people all the time when they try to bring up, the Asians can do it. Well, first off, the Asians are light in complexion. Second off, they have the largest population in the world. And third of all, they actually have that area where they can fucking go back to. They had their home sector. They have their home sector to go back to. Africa continues to get fucked up, raped, and destroyed from all sorts of nonsense and war. Okay? And you literally snatched...
I was going to get into the other part, but continue.
Oh, and then I'm going to continue on. But I was going to say, just not only that, they had a home sector to return to. Everyone had a home sector to really return to. If not, they had to complain.
I can't say everybody had a home sector to return to,
but they had a complexion for protection, though. Like Chinese people get made Chinese people got made the fun of while they're building the railroads in the Wild West. They were fucking hard workers because literally that's what their culture was when they were brought over. They still had a culture to go to. They still had a government infrastructure. Whereas the black people that were brought over from Africa, they didn't really have nowhere to go because one, their tribal lineage was completely wiped out, basically. And then the people that did come in tribes and stuff, they always put them on separate boats and stuff to make it hard to coordinate. They did the tower, or I call it the Tower of Babel theory. They basically, you want to destroy something, you ruin communication first. Knowledge is the key source of power. Knowledge is power's girlfriend. So as soon as you mess up communication and language, that's where you completely destroy any type of power that you can accumulate. So lots of tribes got split up. They couldn't accumulate knowledge to explain things to each other through their language, their fucking father tongue. And then they also separated families as well. So when you had a child, the child was separated. So that's how they were raised. So then all these years later, once we assimilate ourselves into this new line of culture, which is slavery, people finally say, okay, I'm tired of doing this. This is bull crap. And then we finally fight back. And then 246 years later, we get out. Then it's like, okay, now what? It's like, here, we'll give you 40 acres and a mule. Yay, we have land, but how the hell do we make money? Nobody wants to hire us. We still have half the damn country still hating on us. Then these laws get passed to get people arrested. Mass incarcerations. That breaks up families and homes. And then when we do finally get some shit together, the people that do survive this bull crap, then you got things like Tulsa, Oklahoma, Rosewood, Florida, where literally towns get wiped the hell out in the biggest massacre in history that they didn't even want to acknowledge during the Los Angeles shooting. They wanted so badly to say it was the largest, but they knew that there was a lie because less than 100 years ago, Rosewood, Florida was fucking massacred. The entire town brought to ashes. It's better known as Black Wall Street. Search that up. So black people don't have a true base to go to, and then when we build one up, it gets attacked. So sorry for the long-winded speech, but it's just silly nonsense that people try to spew about. Oh, you do this, do that. It's really hard when our bases get completely destroyed. We have no base except here.
Yes, and it well it depends what who you are, but you were right. But I was thinking about other things that happened to other groups similarly, and what I was gonna add to that is I feel there is nobody wants to be a unit.
Nobody wants to
I'm
be a
saying
what?
a unit. Like, so yeah, you have small groups that want to be a unit, but there's not enough people who want to be a unit.
It's hard today in this culture, man. Like that's not. I get what you're saying,
Hmm.
because that's not even just a race problem. That's just for everybody. Like no,
Yeah, that's what I'm
everybody's.
saying. There,
Yeah, that's just for everybody.
people don't want to be a unit. Now, some people can do it, and if you do it fine, but others don't want to. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like
like
I give an example. Like, people might complain about, well, you don't support your people's business and stuff. Well, that man might try to support the business, but they're always trying to gyp them. So it's like that.
yeah, it's because like the thing that united like white people as far as like 200 years ago, like a little less than 100 years ago, well yeah, less than 200 years ago up to now, was the fact that they were subliminally implanted in their head, especially the poor ones, that your shit's gonna get taken from you. You don't want that to happen. And then the Democratic Party slowly shifted its ways, and the Republican Party had the view thoughts of, yo, you got to get out to get yours. Everyone else needs to work to get where you're at. And that's when the whole gun culture really spawned all those hundreds of years ago. Because after slavery, it's like, yo, get your gun. You don't want them to take you out, do you? You don't want them to take yours. So that's really what unites them. It's sad to know that
Guns for
unites people.
it had guns for a long time.
Yeah.
It go way back to 100 years.
And that's school shooting. Segue. Now we're talking about the school shooting where 20 people were shot, 10 were killed, the rest were injured. So we're going to go in culture now. What you think about this?
I mean, my view is, my thing is this, like, I feel a lot of stuff could have been done besides people just going back and forth about, oh, better gun laws and this and that. But there's so many other things that could have been done to prevent this stuff, but people just don't care. They just think that if they get rid of the gun, it'll solve the problem.
That's not really necessarily get the guns.
I mean, that's why I'm getting to that. But my point is, yeah, there are other problems besides that I feel they could have done to stop that. But I mean, it was sad, but plus they were talking about bombs and stuff too. Like,
it's like mad crazy because like this shit literally happens. It's 2 school shootings like the last month, like few months. Like this shit's insane. It's like y'all keep saying mental health
or something in the school.
But here's the thing about the school shootings, these mass shootings, people say it's mental health, it's mental health. But here's the thing about mental health though. Mental health, it really can't be controlled. You can try to study it, that's good. You can try to like understand it. But the only thing that matters is the action when it comes to this type of shit. Like if this was like black people doing this, or if this was like some type of other crazy shit.
Let's be honest here. Niggas don't shoot school up. Well, hold on. Rarely do.
Yeah, I'm about to
But
say yeah, they're from a DC sniper, right? The DC sniper.
well, he wasn't just shooting random people. Well, hold on. Well, it was two of them though.
Yeah, it was him and this kid he kidnapped and raised as his
Yeah,
son,
so it was him and the son was doing that. But
and they were
they,
just sniping random. I think I forgot. I think it was just sniping random people. To be real with you,
I can't. I know that I forget which one it was with. But anyway, besides them two, which I'm not gonna put them in there because they was outside doing stuff. But
and it was like doing it really methodical to the point like you can find these niggas for like fucking weeks, whereas these guys, it is mental issues. Like I was gonna say, the thing about mental issues is you can't prevent that shit really, because like we consume so much medical shit. It's fucking the let's just say it's like a nugget of negative energy. All right, all this shit we consume, where it's from soda to drinks and junk food to all this pharmaceutical bullshit to all this
there are
pollution.
what's it called? There are key like contact clues where you can tell. I know people don't like to prejudge people, but
Yeah, there are,
sometimes that
but
actually works.
people are fucking like strange these days, so it's hard to say who's crazy and who's not. The thing that we can prevent is we can
You
prevent
take
the
your chance.
action, so we can at least try to shave some of the incidents down by regulating the weapons that's used. Because like people can be crazy all the fucking day long, but if someone's crazy and they get a gun, then you
Let me
got a
ask you this
problem.
though, with what if I'm crazy? I just want to take out everybody. You let's say you have the control and you do all you can to stop me from getting a gun. What's gonna stop me from killing everybody?
I mean, like I don't really understand the question. Because like, do I
Like
prevent
my
you from getting a
question
gun?
is, like you had mentioned that regulate the gun and you stop me from getting a gun. What's stopping me from killing everybody?
If the fact that I know I would like report you would get you help, like try to keep you from doing crazy
But
shit.
how do you know I'm gonna do that first? You don't know I'm gonna do that yet.
Well, yeah, kind of like what I was saying. You really can't
Yeah.
tell mental health
But
issues.
what I'm trying to get to the point of, you said you trying to take that away. What I'm saying is, all right, if you do take the gun away, are you saying the same thing as with the mental issues that you can't, there's nothing you can do about it because you still can't tell what I'm gonna do?
Well, the thing is though about mental health issues, like I was saying, is you can't always tell. Like some people just aren't fucking out there. Some people are like, he was so normal, like this
Oh
fucking lost.
no, 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 no. I understand what you're saying. I'm saying if you took the gun away from me, can you still
Oh,
stop me? And you
I
said no.
mean, after that, it would end up like some fucking. I think it was Boston.
Because what
That
my
car,
point is what
remember
my
that car shit? That dude drove a fucking. It was New York
yeah,
City. That dude fucking drove a car. Like, it's see, that's the type of shit. But at least then it won't be guns. But
that didn't make it no better. But
yeah, it didn't make it no fucking better. But
anyway, my
like,
point is this: even if you took that gun out of my hand, what's stopping me from killing everybody? I can get any other weapon to kill somebody with. Gun, I don't need it. I can ram a car in there. I can blow the whole place up, which actually is more efficient than going in there shooting everybody.
yeah, and
Or I
plus,
can put a poison gas in there, so it doesn't
I,
matter.
I think the FBI looks at. If you don't know, the FBI is looking at your internet, your CIA and shit. They're looking at your fucking internet searches.
You
If
don't
you
need internet to learn how to build a bomb.
you don't, I don't know
No,
how
you
to build
don't.
a damn bomb. Put
They
batteries in the
have books.
microwave.
They have books for that.
Put oh yeah, I think there are books, but most folks just usually search for how to build bombs on the internet.
And that's how
Get
you
'em-
get in trouble.
yeah, they fucking catch you shit. Because I'm just saying, like, a car is devastating, but at least you can see a car coming, I guess.
Now,
But
how can you? Like
I
you see in a
mean,
building. I
it
mean,
it. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that 100%. But it doesn't really negate the fact that guns are massively dangerous because you
oh
could buy.
no, I'm not. Hold on. I'm not saying they're not dangerous. Cars are dangerous. You can kill somebody with a car. I'm saying, yeah,
Yeah,
I know they're dangerous, but I'm saying if somebody wants to kill somebody, you can't stop them unless you have a way of stopping it. Meaning, if they have it
yeah,
in their
unless you
mind,
know.
yeah, they're gonna kill somebody. Even if they don't have a gun, they're going to kill somebody.
With their bare hands. it just be. I think it would be easier to narrow down the possibilities when you like make it hard to get guns. Like people can buy
That's
guns
what
off
I'm
the internet.
saying. Like that, I've seen too many times where even if they didn't have that option, there's still so many options out there to get the job done. Sometimes better.
There's a goddamn freaking Craigslist for guns, and they don't. Sometimes they don't even give a fuck if we can buy shit or not. But that type of shit needs to be regulated, my man. It needs to be
I
regulated.
mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's it does, but all I'm saying is that's still not gonna stop them from doing what they want
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
still not gonna stop them. And then after just basically, how do you stop a kid from punching you? You fucking block the punch, man. You control his fists. Then you figure out what the problem is.
Kids, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you see somebody with a book bag and it's beeping, just run.
Man, I'm tackling this motherfucker. I'm in combat mode, man.
Bro, if I
I,
hear a bag beeping, I'm not tackling him. I'm
oh,
getting out of
it's
there.
beeping. I thought you say like reaching in the bag for some shit.
No, if I hear something beeping, it's time to go. You can't stop. You can't bring a gun to a bomb fight.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And now it's just retarded because like we have like these massive destructive weapons and shit. Guns can be destructive, even if it's a fucking handgun. You take someone's life, that's destructive because you're not only destroying someone's body, possibly killing them. If you kill them, you're destroying the life of that person, and you're destroying the life of the people around them that care about them. So that's still destructive, in my personal opinion. So it's an interesting monkey's paw we got here as far as you can take away the guns, but how can you figure out the crazy? And they're like, we got to put in them health, and it's like, whatever, dumb. It's just a silly red herring saying, oh,
And
what's
hold
the health
on, but what
issues?
about here's another twist. Even if you were able to control all the crazy people, what about the people just plain evil who just don't care?
I mean, you're technically crazy if you don't care, but I mean,
I mean,
so basically what you're
yes
saying
and
is,
no.
someone who, let's say someone murders their wife, they get a
Mhm.
gun and they're angry, and then most murders, or usually most murders should be out of passion. If they're not like as far as disputes, they're usually out of passion, crimes of passion.
So he
So that
shot his wife.
yeah, he shot his wife. They'd be like, oh man, well he's not crazy. He was in love. I mean,
I
love can.
mean, I can't just because somebody killed somebody, I can't call them crazy. I gotta see why they killed them or the reason.
Yeah, yeah. See why they killed him. Like I was trying to say though, like saying like mental health issues and shit is a red herring because there's plenty of instances where people said, "Yo, this man's got fucking issues," and nowadays people are just goofies. Like niggas,
Yeah,
bitches
and
be
some
walking
people
around
get
these
out
streets
of.
with fur on their tails, like
Some
fur,
people beat
like
their
bunny
case
tails and
because of
shit.
that.
Yeah, people be walking around like bunny tails on they shit and like dressing up like cartoon characters, and you can't tell who's fucking like really loopy or just being a troll,
Okay,
a real
Wiz,
life
let's
troll.
be real here. Those people who dress up like animals, they are crazy. I don't care if they're watching this right now. Y'all are crazy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they're crazy. They be like, there's literally people that like go into the woods and dress up in like animal costumes, and they be fucking
I
like
know what you're
crazy.
talking about.
This
The
shit's
furries,
wild, but
the
it's like
furries and other kin.
it's just a massive red herring, and like the main thing is government officials are fueled by the money from the NRA, from the gun people. Like they're fueled by the money, so it's just like the NFL. It's like it's a massive
They just
infrastructure.
need a. You know how America works. They just need something to point their finger at, right? It's, they don't want to fix the problem, so they got to point the finger. So,
Yeah, it's crazy what happened in Texas, man. Like my heart goes out to all those people because like it happened again, and I work at a school, and I'm just like, yo, man, I'm on fucking alert. We had to get a security guard at the school, and my man's over here walking around with a gun. Like every day, he's out there standing in the hot ass sun, sitting under a tree in the shade, like by the gate.
the security guard.
Say what?
You said the security guard.
Yeah, we had to hire security, and I'm like, shouldn't we
Oh
have
yeah, what
police?
what you mean? Hey, you better get that man some water and let him do his job.
Oh yeah, of course, man. He cool as fuck. I be saying what's up to him all the time. I think he's a cool ass dude. He always be walking around the whole entire school and shit. But I'm just like, yo, it's sad, man. We got a dude walking around with a handgun. Like,
Hey, I feel like I just feel like he should be there. Like I feel like I would do the same thing. It's better to be
oh
safe
yeah,
than
yeah, the
sorry.
security guard, yeah. But I mean, he's getting paid for that shit anyway. It's like security company and shit. I'm just
I,
like,
I
yo,
just hope he ready. If it go down, I hope he ready.
I hope so too. I mean, they gave him a gun, so it's like shit. I
Hey,
mean,
just because you give somebody a gun, don't mean they know how to shoot it.
yeah, because like the thing is, they trying to give teachers now guns too, and I'm like, that's so stupid. Hey, well, we got punched in the face. The best thing to do is to keep punching everything back. And it's like, my
Now,
man,
I see why they want to do that, but the problem is there's a few problems with that. Somebody might get angry, pull it out. So you would actually need somebody who is actually trained. So I would suggest doing like what y'all did and just hire either some policemen, extra police, or security guards go run, walk around, train, like not know off the street. I mean, get them to train and come in there and do the thing. That way, if something happens, they will be trained, and then you have multiple people walking around watching the area. So if they see something suspicious, they can go check it out before anything happens. And that's a problem. A lot of times, ain't nobody ready like that. People say they ready like that, but they don't be ready like that.
yeah, it's really interesting, man, because it's like it makes you think like, how the hell can we stop this? I mean, mental health is one of the key issues, but it's like kind of like a feather floating in the wind high above your head. Like you know it's there, but it's hard to get a really grasp on things.
And that's why you just gotta do your best to be ready. It's like if let's say you hired all of us, and I'm like, "Hey, Wiz, I see something strange. Let me go check this out." I check it out. I'd be like, "Hey, bro, stay on alert." You know,
Yeah. And then another thing I was gonna also say is it's just silly gun culture nonsense because like they're gonna take our guns, they won't leave us defenseless. It's like you stupid assholes. See this is like see that's how I know you a fucking trailer park eating you a trailer park hillbilly. What the fuck you
I,
had
I
got a gun for,
mean,
my man? But listen. What the fuck do you have a gun for, man? See, this is the same type of shit that was told to you 100 years ago. They're gonna come for
I
you.
mean, but
You gotta
I
fight
kind
the
of see
British,
their
don't
point though.
you? The government's gonna come after you, right? You gotta have your guns right, nigga. The government's so far
Like,
infiltrated into
I
your
mean,
ass,
I
it's
see what
done.
they saying. Like, I can't be mad at them because I do understand. Like, what if that did happen and they didn't have it? I'll be like, I guess you was right.
Here's the hilarious part, though. You saying I guess you was right. Where the hell are these people at with all these school shootings, my man? Where are they at? Where are these people out that fucking fight for the guns so hard? Where are they at when these public shootings happen? No damn where, my man. No damn where. I don't want to hear that. Oh, I guess they was right. Because once again, all these people that is all about the guns, this country fights so hard for the guns and other stuff. Where are they at when all the shooting? That's the main question of this episode. Where they at though? You got all these heaters. You can buy all this crazy bullshit. You can buy banana clips and fucking AK-47s and Mac 10s.
That is a terrible thing to have in a constricted area. but
Hey, there's open carry in fucking Texas. Look what the
oh,
fuck just happened in Texas.
what I'm saying is that's not gonna do any good. Bringing that big old thing in that small area.
Hey, them fucking people be doing the mass shootings with that bullshit. So once again, the fucking Las Vegas shooter came with that M4. I believe he had an M4.
Oh, he wasn't shooting like people in the building. He was
Yeah,
out.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
Oh
he was
yeah.
carrying it concealed and he managed to get away with it. So I'm just saying, like,
Dude, he wasn't concealed. That's the thing. That whole thing that make no sense because this man walked. Are you telling me he walked in the building with all of this and nobody saw him?
yeah, shit. I was even talking to my brother-in-law. He's a military man. I think the Marines, and he was like, "Oh yeah, he definitely didn't do it. He was obviously framed, and they just like
Yeah.
There's multiple people that did it, and they just kind of had him there and probably shot him and left his body there because like everyone took forever to figure out where the hell the shots were coming from, and then the rate of fire he was doing with the amount of bullets he was putting down, and then we don't figure out why he did it, and it was like, oh, mental health. It's like, well, we can't figure nothing out, so like
There goes
we
that
have
other thing they say. They like to point a finger.
so like I'm gonna give you a little algebra problem here. A B C. C is mass amount of deaths and injured people. A and B plus A and B. A is mental health. C is A is mental health. B is guns. So there you go. If we know that A and B equals C, which is mass shootings and deaths, we have to figure out how to do what? Control and stop A and B from keeping C from happening. Right? So why the fuck are we doing anything about B? We're trying to go after A. We know damn well you can't just say, "Oh, we have the beacon. He's fucking crazy. He's gonna get a gun." Why the hell are we trying to also regulate B as well? We're dumping mass amounts of money to regulate A when it makes no fucking sense because literally people
They're
check
not really
themselves in.
regulating A at all. That they're not doing.
You really can't because, like I said, you can't really figure that out. Whereas at least we know for a fact that B, which is the guns, these crazy amounts of guns we can get, that we know for a fact that's doing it. You can literally probably cut C in half if you regulate B, and then we'll work our once we get that. Like I said, man, it's like a kid throwing a fist. Let's throw fist back. Or how about we just talk with the kid and say, "What's your problem?" instead of exacerbating the situation. So then we go walk in the room and everyone's swinging fists instead of trying to like talk and get to the mental issue. It's just like I said, man. It's money. Money talks, motherfucker. Chris Tucker.
Baby girl, not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lady in Red. We've been patting it up. Lady in Red, what you got to say about this?
I mean, I didn't want to interrupt, so I just started doing this stuff for my job. You
Better cut in.
Nah, I got cut off, and then I wasn't able to jump back in ever since for the past 30 so minutes.
All you had to say was, "Hey,
Like, for the
black
past
people.
30 so
That's
minutes,
what black
I
people do."
got cut off. How that goes.
We saw on cutting you off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, y'all continue now. Y'all go have
No,
y'all
no,
show. I'm just doing work stuff anyway.
no. We want to hear what your thought is on this shooting stuff.
He's talking. Oh,
Cause I'm actually doing OJP stuff, which is a midterm on behalf of the Department of Justice System. So I'm working alongside with the Department of Justice System right now.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yes, it's mentoring, and I have to document behavior issues and stuff that I see changes in students' behavior. Um, yeah, paperwork, a lot of paperwork and stuff to put in the computer system. But actually, me and an old friend of mine was actually talking this weekend when I was at this beach house party about it. And he said, reality is, if I'm gonna want to hurt you, I'm gonna find a way to hurt you, regardless whether it's a gun, a knife, putting hands on you, whatever. They're gonna hurt you regardless in any type of form or fashion if they really want to hurt you. The thing
Yeah,
about with these guns, and uh, I think there was an incident. I'm not sure where, but I think it was an incident where a guy was able to buy a gun and did not thoroughly get a background check on him, and kind of find out he had some mental issues going on. They caught it, but the fact is that it shouldn't have slipped through the cracks in the first place.
exactly.
Um, they can put in my opinion, they can put a restriction on guns all day long, just like they put restrictions on marijuana, just like they put restrictions on drugs all day long. But what happened at the end of the day?
I think that goes to our government structure and how it is, man. A lot of corrupt shit that happens in there because there's big money and shit that's illegal. Like look at prohibition.
The
Because you,
thing about it is, it's so many loopholes, it's so many cracks within the system that people easily can do it. My thing is this: if you really want something, you going to find any loophole at every length to get what it is. Just like an addict, they're gonna go through anything possible to get what they want, what they're craving for. It's cracks in the system, it's loopholes in the system.
so like what? So what are you thinking? So like what are you thinking about as far as the situation with this all these shootings? Like what do you think the solution would be?
Honestly, with all these shootings, first of all, why are these people shooting? Now look, we can say mental illness all day long, but is that really what it is? Because see, the people know the law. You cry mental illness, it's a scapegoat. Let's be real. I'm not saying they do, but I'm saying that's the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, they got mental issues. That's the first thing that's right off the bat.
They literally drop it. But then hilarious part is, it's someone who's like a fair skin, a darker skin tone. They'll say, "Oh, he's probably a terrorist," and it's like how weird and like it's just so cartoony. Now it's like obvious, and people are just like, "Yo, my man." They even pointed out on some news sources like, "Yo, why is someone being labeled a terrorist? We don't even know what the fuck." But what about these folks that blowing up the school? Well, they have mental health issues.
My
I
thing
think if
is,
you're a terrorist, you have mental health
how do you
issues
know
as
what a
well.
terrorist looks like?
You said what now?
How do you? How do we? What is the definition of what a terrorist looks like?
Man, as far as America is concerned, if you freaking brown or orange skin,
That's the problem. We label it
yeah,
that. A terrorist does not have a defined race. A terrorist does not have a distinctive color. A terrorist does not. It's nothing definite about a terrorist. The person next door to you could be a terrorist and you don't even know about it because
exactly.
you. The problem is we label so much, and the more we label, you're letting other stuff sleep through because we're so focused on you this and you are that and you are this. But baby, these people know that you labeling, so they know they're able to get away with it, and that could be your terrorist right there. That's what them cracks are sleeping through. That see, they're
And
trying to look so narrow, but they're looking at the wrong view. You need to broaden that view. A terrorist is anybody. They can be Mexican, they can be black, they can be white, they can be Chinese, they can be anything that they want
they
to
could
be.
be any religion too. Like they try to label it as religious
It could be
stuff.
Methodist,
It's like it's not
Pentecostal,
just religious.
anything. There's no structure on what a terrorist looks like. Just like there's no structure period, and that's like I said because certain people are targeted, and that's what they're looking at. You got all these people back here sitting here laughing in your faces because they're creating all of this, and they know they're gonna get away with it because they know they're not labeled as that.
Shit's
So
crazy.
meanwhile, you're doing that and you wonder why stuff is so corrupted. Look at yourself in the government system because right now you're the biggest fools. Maybe other countries sit here laughing like these Americans are so stupid.
Yeah, because Australia and China have absolute gun bans. Like you better fucking be Walker Texas Ranger if you gonna have a gun, my man.
Oh, I
Like
love him, but
yeah, he's fucking awesome. But like in Australia, they haven't had a mass shooting in decades. They have the zero gun tolerance. No fucking guns, dude. As badass as Australia is, they don't have no guns. Like, no, they don't do that shit. Zero. Same with China. Because China's so fucking populated. You gonna have all these people with guns. You gonna have people getting heated, blasting each other and shit. You kill whoever's in your proximity. So the closer people are, man, the more violence you're gonna expect to jump off. So China had to keep that regulated.
and just like a mental illness person, you can't a mental. There's no define of what mental illness looks like. There's no race involved with what it looks like. Nothing. Nothing. That's the problem. Is we label too many things. We just label too much, and the labeling needs to quit. And that's our problem. Because the more we label, the more we're looking at the wrong direction, and we will continue to go far left in the wrong direction, causing mass destruction to our own selves by doing it.
Yeah,
So you
shit is
can't
crazy.
say I can't say these people are here destroying America. They're destroying America. No, it's not they. There is no they. It's a we. It's a we thing.
Yeah, it's
We are killing America. We are destroying. We fought all these years ago to claim our independence because we wanted to be on our own. But yet, all in the midst, we destroying it.
yeah, it's like
It have
it's
been
all
done by another person. That's the case because we on our own. We thought, you know what? We want to have our own rules. We want to govern ourselves. We know how to do stuff accordingly and have this or whatnot. Says who? We doing a piss poor job.
we carrying that same type of energy and rhetoric like it's the freaking 1800s and the British is gonna fucking come and take us down. We gotta fight them. They ruin us with an iron fist. Same mentality, like, oh, you know, these dark skinned people, they're gonna fucking come for us and take what belongs to us. That same mentality, man. It was like the 1800s all over again. Like, not really that. It's just like the same energy they're carrying. Is like, yo, this is why
So
the system's outdated.
The American dream was killed when we started labeling people. The American dream has been killed a long time ago.
Shit is mad weird.
So they say living the no, baby, you're not living the American dream when you got all this going on. And now it's so bad to now where children are suffering to where it's getting to the point where parents are scared to send their children to school, yet alone even be in their own house, let alone even seeing daylight just walking out their door because they're afraid that once they step foot out that door, there's a chance that my child may never return.
Oh, and shout out to the dude that told Kanye off. And he was a fan. I would have done the exact same shit. I would have been like, yo, my man, you're thinking that free thought shit is annoying rhetoric. It's like, and J. Cole killed the fuck out of it too when he brought his thoughts on it. He said it's all nice, clever catchwords and stuff like that, but it's not free thought because at the end of the day, you're still enslaved and not the traditional enslaved. But since he wants to, and I love the way J. Cole did the whole he's still enslaved thing because Kanye was trying to do the whole we're still slaves bull crap that we're really not. And but J. Cole, the way he did it was he said free thinking is pretty much you being enslaved, but to your ego, because you can't think without having yourself involved. And that's all Kanye was speaking on was himself in relation to someone else being all for themselves. And I was like, you fucking really killed the fuck out of it, J. Cole. Shout outs to you, man. I love your CD, KOD. But,
My thing is just when it comes to talking about slavery and stuff like that, and how they could have. This is one thing we could have done this, we could have done that. I tell people 90% of the time, it's easy to say what you could have done, but when
yeah.
you are placed in that situation, does that I could have come through?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, you made a perfect point because yeah, it's easy to say that now you got cell phones and technology and you got a knowledge of self and like you kind of have a semi home base. Like people are fighting war for rights and you can like build yourself up and accumulate wealth now, but back then the future
See, if
wasn't
you want
certain.
to talk about what could have done, you have to know what was the resource available at that time period. Don't modernize it to what we have now because it's totally different.
Yeah, but you got
And the
anything?
thing about it is, and I tell people, let's say for example, something gets caught on fire or whatnot, or like you at your job, you have a protocol of what you're supposed to do. So we go through these drills of what you're supposed to do, da 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 da. It ain't no biggie or whatnot. Like a tornado drill. But or even a hurricane. But how you think people are gonna react once it happens? Some
It's
90% of the time, that protocol, that stuff that you got instilled with you, it goes right out the window and your mind draws a blank and you're just stuck. So I
Yep.
tell people it's so easy to say, well, they could have done X, Y, and Z. They could have done that. But my thing is this: if you was in that same mentality, in that same psychological atmosphere, could you have done that? What you saying you did, or would you have fallen into the same place they was in?
Yeah. But
So think about it.
exactly. But we got one more topic. KZ.
Mm,
Is KZ there?
I'm here.
Yo, man. This one's for you. This one's for you, my man. I know you play the Call of Duty. You
What
awake?
about? No, I'm waiting for you to say. What about?
So you know that Black Ops, the next Call of Duty is gonna be Black Ops 4, right?
Yeah,
It's not gonna have any single player in it.
I know.
They're taking single player out, and it's gonna basically be like Fortnite,
Not really.
be a battle royale style game where it's like fucking
I
100.
don't. My bad. I don't call it.
Oh, I
Oh,
can't hear you. You're too low.
hold on. I said I don't call it Black Ops 4 because it's just a rehashing to me of 3. But we'll see when it comes out, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, yo, say what? Like this shit sounds mad. They're like, they're straight up lying. There's a lot of stuff they're doing that's like really suspect to me. Cause we all like, let's be honest, people. Y'all need to realize this. The
Mhm.
zombie mode that they're trying to push hard, more emphasis on zombie mode, is literally the DLC they were going to give you, the expansion zombie DLC they released for almost every Call of Duty, at least for Black Ops. Okay, that's all this major expansion shit is, and they're trying to do like Overwatch, their other game Overwatch, with class-based systems, and then the battle. They're like literally just taking from every genre that was popular. They're just going, yeah, because it was already rumored and basically all but confirmed that they had a campaign they were working on, but they couldn't finish it, and it was like 4 months ago. And
Well,
they're
that
like,
was
"Oh
their
well,
biggest selling point.
yeah." They're like, "Oh well, people don't play it anyway," and it's like a blatant lie.
That's
Like,
not true, especially the Black Ops series.
did you play a Call of Duty campaign?
Only ones I care about was Black Ops series. I played those campaigns. I played the new campaign on the newer game. Those were good campaigns.
Wait, you said which one? I couldn't hear you.
The World War Two, Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty World War Two. Or was it World War Two? One of them war. But I played the multiplayer on that. Good
Okay, so here's the
It was
thing about
around
it.
the time with the the
Oh,
Holocaust and all that.
all right. I was gonna say the thing is they're trying to say, oh, there was a time where 10% of people did multiplayer. Now it's 90%, and I'm like, let's do the math. This is my math, but I'm gonna give you the freaking hard facts that shuts their crap down. But I'm gonna give you my math first. My math is if 10% of your buyers did the single player, right? They literally sell
Mhm.
at average 10 million, around at least above 10 million. So that's 1 million. 10% of 10 million. I mean, 10% of fucking 10 million is 1 million, okay? That's a lot of fucking people. That literally makes games a success if it sells 1 million. And they do that within a 12-month span, usually in like 6 months. All right.
They still got 9 million.
So that's 10% of fucking 10 million. All right. This last Call of Duty sold 22 million copies. Okay. That's 2,200,000 people that played the single player by their logic. That's a shit ton of people that say, oh, well. And they forgot about the backlash they
That's
got.
not but that's not the majority.
It's not the majority, but I'm just
It
saying
ain't
if what
close
they
to the
say,
majority.
if what they're saying is
Well, I know
true,
what you're saying, but they're not looking at it as that, which is stupid. They're looking at it as just a check. So they're looking at what would make the most money and using that
oh, you're
90%.
still low. You're kind of like far away from your mic.
using that 90%, they're going to aim for that because they'll make more money. I mean, they're not going to make all the money they could, but they feel they're going to make more money selling to the 90% than the 10.
Right. But I'm just not gonna let that slide because like that's a shit ton of people that played. If what they said was true, now here's well, after watching, looking around with information and stuff like that, I watched another YouTuber named Young. Yeah, this man fucking broke it down and like served their ass on a platter. He like he couldn't get the he wasn't sure about the Xbox trophies, but he looked at the PlayStation trophies, right? And like the PlayStation version of World War II sold 12 million copies. That's the most out of all the platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it showed that a lot of people at least started the campaign through the trophies because the trophy shows you finished the first mission pretty much. So a lot of people did the damn, I think like 55%. Like you go to the PlayStation website for the trophies, and so he looked at the as far as the multiplayer, he looked at who prestiged, and there was more people who finished the multiplayer than prestiged, meaning there's more people dedicated to finishing the single player than finishing than actually like going through with the online. So right there, I mean, he goes way more in depth with it. Like he fucking breaks down to the statistics and like looks at trophies and says, looks who did this and who did that. And as far as gaming wise, like it's a lot of percentage shit. But just know that they're basically spewing a lot of bull crap because a lot of people play single player more than they're leading on to believe. And even when I just going by my basic shit, that's fucking still a lot of people they're leaving out. So they're essentially trying to strong arm people into like getting into the multiplayer because multiplayer will generate more money. They're gonna do loot boxes like World War II. They're gonna make you fucking stand there and look at your friend open a loot box. And I'm just like, yo, you already lazy enough, man. Why can't you just do this? Just put it in.
They don't want to.
They don't want to. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care about Call of Duty. I say keep the losers over there, but these guys literally have
I
the
don't
biggest sect
care.
of gaming.
Like the only reason I bought the new, well, it ain't the new one no more, but the newest one is because I saw it, but I played a little bit, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I skipped one Call of Duty, anyways. I actually skipped quite a few Call of Duties, but yeah, I only bought that one because it was a really good game and good story. This one, I don't really care about. The only game, well, besides Spider Man, the like only game that I'm just really care about is Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I just really want that game. I don't even care about the wedding that happened
Yes.
last week. I don't care about
Fuck
any of
that
that.
wedding.
I
That's why
just
they make that shit a
Kingdom
topic.
Hearts 3.
Fuck that wedding, bruh. That girl fine as hell though. I love Meghan Markle. I love her on Suits. The fuck that whole hire. It's fucking outdated BS. And yet we're still pushing it. Yet we're supposed to be about democracy. I thought the whole thing, reason we started this country and this whole political shit was because we were so against kings and queens. Yet
I
we all
got
have all these weddings.
I got tired of the girls on Facebook posting stupid things. And I wanted to say something, and it was kind of petty, and I tell people not to be petty. So I shouldn't have said nothing. So I didn't say anything. But in my head, I wanted to.
The only
I was,
wedding that I enjoyed was the one on Coming to America.
There you go. The real royal couple.
Did
anyway,
you see that meme though? Now that meme
Exactly.
was
that
awesome.
was the movie, though. We talk
And
about
let,
real.
The only royal wedding I like is like Coming to America. Like yes to that. But other than that, I don't pay attention. If it ain't Coming to America, I don't want to see it unless it's my own wedding.
Well, it was just
exactly.
funny. It was just funny
Fuck
what
that wedding.
people were saying with, well, mainly females, but I just thought it was hilarious. They were like, "Man, I wish I could find me a Prince Charm."
They said what?
Wishing they could find them a Prince Charm, and I wanted to say something so bad, but I didn't say
What
it.
was you going to say?
I was gonna say this. Well, some people was hating on her too. So I was like, on the people who was hating, I was like, don't get mad at that woman because she found her a good man. And then the ones who was talking all that Prince Charming stuff, I said, you probably did find your Prince Charming. You too busy messing with these peasants.
Messing with
They're
these.
not necessarily. They're not necessarily messing with peasants.
I want when I say peasant, I don't literally mean he's broke. I mean ain't no good dude. That's what I'm
Mhm.
talking
Mhm.
I wonder if these people know. Everyone keeps hyping this up. Meghan Markle is not the first black chick to be put into the whole royal family.
You're right. She's not even black.
There's actually someone before her, but
She's
like they
not even
both look
what?
like
She's
the
not even
first black
black.
person to get put into
No,
the.
KZ. What you said? She's not what?
She's not black. Not the black that they keep acting like she is.
What
The
was
black.
it? Was it her mom is black?
Her mom's black and dad's not.
Yeah, by the Bible, you go by what your father was. So she ain't necessarily.
Hey,
Uh,
you want to know what's funny? I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know she was black because I saw her mom.
but I mean, Meghan Markle was gorgeous as hell. I love her in
Yeah, people
Suits. I
say
think
if
she was.
you got 1/8 part
This
of
is
you
not
that's
the
black
old
in your
days.
family, you are considered black.
Well, this is
Yeah,
not the
that's
old days.
in the old days. I know the royal family still pissed as hell. They're like, ugh, he chose this bigger dick.
I don't think the queen cared.
And like another thing I was gonna point out to people, yeah, y'all know that like one, I'm not gonna say the Prince dude was racist. I'm just gonna say like he had some questionable shit he needs to speak on. Okay, my man was at parties with his buddies trolling black people, wearing blackface and wearing swastikas on his shit. Yo,
Who
the Prince, or the fuck she's marrying, I don't know these guys, but he was
was
wearing
it?
that
A
shit.
swastika or was it a?
It was a swastika.
Because the other one's not a swastika. It's,
He was wearing a swastika, and he had his buddies had blackface. They was like just trolling black people, like just at a party. Like that was the funny, like dear white people, why like dear white people when they were like at the blackface party. He was
Ugh.
like having some crazy shit like that going on.
I got a question. Where
Yes,
it's a good one. I want Kaylin to answer too.
oh,
And we now don't act like we don't do this as a people. But I'm not saying that you would care if your child had a white girlfriend or boyfriend. But don't a lot of people look weird when they bring a white person
Wait,
to the
what?
people's house? I said, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should care if your child date a white person or not. What I'm saying, don't they look at them weird when they, let's say the whole family is a family reunion, and let's say your daughter brought in a white man. Don't act like, don't,
Yeah,
I-
I can
don't
speak
act like they ain't
on that.
gonna look weird now.
I can speak on that because my mom's family is
Okay.
huge, and I have a cousin who is married to a white woman,
I ain't got no problem
and
with racial stuff.
and she was at the family reunion.
I ain't got no smoke with interracial
Look
stuff.
weird? No.
I just got,
Oh,
I just question the idiocy that comes with it from the new age
I put
people
it
these
like this:
days.
if you have a family who's more so about, you know, the character of the person and can not whether they're white or black, then no, it should not be weird. It won't be weird. But if you got one of those people say, why you had to bring a white woman, they still have that old mentality, then yes, it'll be awkward. But it
Yeah,
just depends on the family outlooks of it.
mm,
Like my friend, Matt, what? Matter of fact, take my birthday dinner example. My friend, she was the only white person at the dinner.
yeah, but that was your friend. That's not
It
one like
doesn't
your.
matter. She's still the only. It does not
Oh
matter if
no,
it's a
no,
friend. It doesn't matter
I
relationship.
understand
The
that though,
point
but
being is the whole point being is just like a white woman or a white man being into a room in an all black family. She was presented in the same way.
no, I understand that. I'm just saying it
Matter
is
of
a
fact, let's twist it up. She's white. That's my friend. I'm gonna go visit. I went to Crestwood to visit her family. I'm the only black girl, and some of her family is redneck.
I mean,
they
I'm
was looking
used
at you
to that.
crazy, huh? Lit overshot
Actually,
thought.
no, they weren't even looking at me crazy.
My old friend Kenny, this
They
people.
were rednecks. But once we talked and whatnot, they love me. They question why they haven't seen me in a while. I mean, busy, of course. But I think what shocked them the most is when her grandfather passed, and I was there to support her when her grandfather passed. And it was shocked that me being her closest black friend actually came to support. I think that shocked them the most. So it went from more like, kind of feeling me out to they embraced me because of that.
Yeah, let's embrace each other.
But like I said, it depends on your family and what they was taught. My nephew, matter of fact, my nephew, he called himself liking a white girl. I ain't gonna say they dating because he don't need to be dating, but that's just me and my theory of being an aunt. But she's been around the family, and she's white. We have no problem. We talk to get to know her as a person, not because of her color.
I can tell some of
Then
the people in the
yeah,
parliament. I can tell some people in the parliament, the royal family. I can tell, especially their grandmother. She's like, ugh, like what the fuck, yo, you're really fucking up conventions right now, my man. You're getting some chocolate, bitch.
Ba-
I'm
the
some
baby ain't
chocolate
gonna,
bitch
the
to come
baby
up
ain't
here.
gonna come out like that. I don't know why he
Just
said
get
that.
chocolate bitch on here. You're fucking. She's fucking an actress. She's doing this extra shit on TV. We need to cut that the fuck out.
That
We need
baby
to cut
gonna,
that the fuck out.
that baby gonna come out looking white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't date no prince. I'm too ratchet for that.
You said you
I'm like,
what?
I'm too ratchet, as somebody told me for that.
You
you
can't
are
date
very
no
ratchet.
classy person.
Like a prince, because the way my lifestyle is right now, I like to turn up.
You can turn up. You just can't turn up in, like on TV.
But that's the thing about dating royalty. You never know. Anything about celebrity, they pry into your business.
We'll have her
All
ass.
I'm gonna
all
be like
eyes,
Dave
all
Chappelle.
all eyes will always, if ever, be on you and try to figure out what are you doing, so they can
I'm
make a story about any
yeah.
slip ups, anything of the day. I
I'm
can't
be
do
like
that, baby,
I'm gonna
because
be
I
like Dave
promise you, there
Chappelle
gonna be
and
times when I'm
disappear.
gonna cuss somebody out. There'll be times where I didn't got tipsy. There'll be times maybe I'm drunk, like I was in my hotel room party that one time, doing stuff I don't even remember, but I had a grand old time. There'll be stuff
All I can say is
I'm
fuck the
drunk.
royal wedding, because I won't be able to watch Rachel on fucking Suits because of them, and Mike's leaving the show. I can't see my favorite couple on Suits. Fuck them. Fuck them. At least Suits isn't canceled, so that's one benefit. But I just Meghan Markle did a good job with that show, and I'm like,
So you
oh,
mad
she's
cause she
royalty and
married
she
him,
can't
huh?
fucking act on the show.
Hmm?
What the hell?
Talking to Wiz.
Oh,
Kind
what?
of.
You mad cause she married him?
Am I mad because she's not on the show? Yes,
Oh,
I'm mad because she has to be with the main character of the show, and so they're like, oh, fucking her character got a goddamn job outside of fucking New York, so they got married. Finally, they got married, and then they moved. In the season finale that just happened a couple weeks ago, and I was like, so that's how they're gonna get rid of her? They might as well just said fucking he dumps her, she dumps him, because now I don't get to see my favorite character, Mike. And I'm like, they're like, oh, Mike's gonna go goddamn be a pro bono lawyer at a pro bono fucking lawyer place. I'm like, how the hell does it work? How's being a pro bono? How do you get paid for that? It's like nonprofit. You get donations. Like what? He's way smarter than that.
well,
Ugh,
she wanted to be happy, so she had to let that life go.
so stupid. Fuck them, their outdated BS. And they're
Yeah,
mad as well because she's like not in their fucking hillbilly ass bloodline. Because all those rural people are related to each other, man. Just like the presidents. They got to keep the bloodline, certain bloodlines in control. And
that's
she's not.
how
She's completely broke the cycle.
that's how most royalty tries to do anyway.
She
Because
really broke the cycle,
you trying to
man.
make an heir, so you're trying to have your bloodline, but you also don't want just anybody joining your family either. So
Yeah, but you got anything else to add? I'm about to go.
uh Like I said, I only cared about Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, and one of the people in the comment section said you got love for Kingdom Hearts, but what about God of War?
The game already came out. I already played it. This game ain't
Oh, you
out
were,
yet.
oh you did you beat it?
No, I ain't buy it. I just played it a little bit. I ain't have it. I might get it myself, but it was a good game. I mean, some people were confused about the storyline because I mean, I want to sit down and play it like for my have it myself. But I do understand what they're talking about because they feel that the next game he might what he gonna do jump for a next set of gods. Is he already in the beat the Roman gods or the Greek gods? Which one was it in the original game?
It was Greek.
Yeah, the Greek gods. So now he over here beating up Thor and them and all that. So what's next?
What the fuck's next? I haven't got it yet. I'm gonna probably get it. I'm gonna get a PS4 for my birthday. I hope the people are happy. I don't know why a lot of dudes are like, you're a Sony guy. Other podcasts are like, I thought you were on a PlayStation. I'm like, no. They're like, you take an L. I'm like, what the fuck I take an L? I'm on a PC, my dog. I give them my computer. They're like, no, because you're missing out on the great games. I'm like, I'm gonna get a PS4 though. Calm down. Gonna get it. My sister said she's
Yeah,
gonna get it for
man,
me
you
for my
missing
birthday.
out on the good stuff.
I'm not okay. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm not paying for the online. I'm not paying for that online though. Why the hell would I pay for online? I can literally get the same games on my computer and like cheaper and not pay to play online. Fuck them. Fuck them for that.
Give you free games when you do
Already getting quote unquote free games from Humble Bundle. They literally gave me freaking Civilization 6. I was planning on buying that shit for the longest. They just gave me Mafia 3 and the expansions. They gave me Deus Ex. They gave me Tomb Raider 1 and 2, the reboots. And they gave me some decent indie games. And they gave me Hollow Knight. So Humble Bundle ain't one to fuck with. I fucks with Humble Bundle. I'm gonna keep just letting my money just go into that.
it. Wiz, by the time you get married, they might have a PlayStation 5 or 6. And I'm gonna get you that as your wedding.
Hopefully, hopefully Sony and them go bankrupt at least, or they bow the fuck out of like
Don't
console
they
manufacturing.
can't go bankrupt yet, man. I need there's some stuff to happen first. Then they can do whatever they want after that.
I'm like, well, hopefully they can bow the hell out because like I feel like consoles are going the way almost the dodo because like they literally had to recreate new consoles. Nintendo was so shit. They've been shit for like 10 years. They had to create a whole new console that's handheld just to keep the fuck back up. Like their console, their Wii U bombed, and then PlayStation. I don't know why the hell they did. They were winning.
We all knew that was gonna happen, but
Their console was so weak.
they were trying to jump in the water too fast, but they got it
Yeah,
right
and then
this time.
and look at Xbox. Xbox, they literally had to create a whole nother. They created 3 consoles with significant, with decent enough power boosts. Third time's the try. Third time's the charm. They had to create a fucking overpriced console.
Yeah,
and
they
made
should have just waited and instead
yes.
of trying to do what they did.
I'm just like, yo, y'all just have thankfully shown y'all need to expose these cells so I can know how many people are you exposed to be retards because you're a straight moron. All the talk about PC's too expensive. Oh, graphics, whatever. You worried about graphics?
My PC
Is like you buying a third console. You're buying the third of the exact same console to play the exact same games just so they can look prettier. And literally, it's the games you can play everywhere else.
Well,
If you don't,
sometimes some people just want to play with their friends. Like most of my people.
oh yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
I think I got like one person who has an Xbox.
Oh yeah, I'm
Everybody
definitely
else got
fine with
PlayStation.
that. It's just the whole consoles and trying to get chase this mythical power that PC will always be ahead of. And it's like, yo, you spend an obscene amount. Like just because it's not as much as a PC would be, it's still an obscene amount. Because like what you're supposed to be experiencing is going to be a controlled low level
As
experience.
much as some of these systems are, that is a PC. You
Oh
can buy
yeah,
a PC for the same price.
oh yeah. But Lady in Red, do your outro, ma'am.
Oh, hold on. Oh, let her do that. But I had just saw something funny
Where's she at?
with I don't know what shit.
Wake
Hey, you,
up.
hey, you know what you were just talking about him playing the blackface.
Yeah. Oh, you
Somebody
saw it?
just somebody just posted it.
Somebody just posted it. What the fuck did I say? My man got a lot to answer for. He
he
over here marrying a
said he
black
said
woman.
y'all just forgot all about this.
Yes, exactly, my man. Exactly. See, Wiz doesn't talk out his ass. He doesn't say random bullshit just to start problems. I'm just saying, you got a lot to answer for, dude. And what's also, you white, let's try to take out the shit that your culture is benefiting from, because a lot of the slavery and destruction that you guys have been fueled and enforced, mainly fueled. Let's try to fucking break the conventions with your white privilege, my man. Since you're up there, since you're down for the black, but you know what? He ain't down for the black. I just think he's down for the black as in his woman, unless they're into that like, yo, you my slave, I control you on some sexy shit.
He must have been an old
It'd
teenager.
be kind of hot to have Meghan Markle as my slave. Not, I'm just saying, no racism. Anyway,
Well, baby girl,
lady,
deleting the thing.
listen, man, I was just joking. Calm down, bruh. Meghan
No,
Markle be my
not. I'm
baby.
talking about her mic is muted.
Oh, her mic's muted.
Yeah, go. Hold
It's
on, let
on.
me see where she at.
Yo, is
Oh,
she
there
here?
she comes.
I muted it. Unless she
Oh,
muted
you
herself.
did that?
I mean, she can mute it herself. I didn't mute her.
Oh, we was looking for her so she could talk.
Yo, Lady in Red, she must be doing something. Anyways, do your outro, bro.
Y'all, this was a good show, even though I was tired. Hope y'all learned something new. And I'm not saying I ain't ready for other games, but hey, I'm just a big Kingdom Hearts fan. So one day and I get my stuff, it's gonna be all Kingdom Hearts anyway.
We
But
gonna
I'm
see.
crazy.
We gonna see, man, because like they already tripping on that Final Fantasy VII remake,
Nah,
aka
nah,
the
nah, nah. See,
ultimate
no,
finesse.
they focusing on the main dessert, and so they ain't really focusing on the new. I mean, not Kingdom Hearts, but the new. Well, it ain't new, but it is a reboot. Final Fantasy VII. So so you gotta finish the main course first, and then they gonna work on that later.
I mean,
But
once
I'm
again, we
KZ
still,
the truth. Much love. God bless y'all.
yeah, we gonna see, because them niggas is like, oh, it's taking longer than expected to work on the remake. I'm like, oh yeah, that rip off ass remake. Y'all exposed a lot of more dumbasses saying, oh,
But
we're gonna release it in three parts.
they working on like three different games. So I'm like, maybe they should have waited to do the remake, or I
The
don't know.
three games they're working on was Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Final Fantasy
Oh
7
no,
Re-
they got no, they got more than that. They're making an Avengers game too.
I thought Square Enix.
Yes, Square Enix is making an Avengers game.
I don't. Is them? What the fuck are they gonna do? No one wants
I
no
mean, it
shit
might be
from
good.
them.
I ain't gonna knock it till they make it.
See what the fuck. Uh, I'm trying to see where the fuck the game is. If
Let
it's
me
really
see.
them making it.
I'm gonna check.
Let me do this. Fortnite team up with Avengers. Yeah, I know to put Thanos in there. How about I just do this and type in Square Enix?
It might be
Oh God,
What's called?
It'll be an online third-person action adventure game. How much you bet? Oh, it's Crystal Dynamics, the same folks that did Tomb Raider. How much you bet it's gonna be some fucking on some like cell phone crap, like that one commercial that was advertised where it's like
I
the
don't
dude's
want
sitting
it.
there. It's like some generic ass soldier, and he's like with the Hulk and shit, and it's just
Oh
really
yeah.
weird. Like that shit look really
Oh, I
stupid.
don't
Like
know.
y'all are not equipped to be like soldiers in the army. Y'all
She
like
says she doing work.
oh, okay. I'm like, how much you bet it's gonna be a cell phone game? But it might not be. But I don't know. But
I don't want it to be a cell. I want it to be a console game. Not a cell
like I
phone.
said, man, Square Enix is with the finesse. They're trying to ship that damn Final Fantasy VII remake in 3 different installments. That shit is fucking scummy. You're a gullible dumbass, and you're a fucking butt bitch if you like accept that shit and make excuses for it.
Well,
I don't give a
that
damn.
branch can do what they want with that. I just focus on one game. I won't, and then after that, yeah.
Yeah, there ain't no damn way a modern day game is gonna fucking be 3 parts because it's too big. You're a genuine idiot. That shit is story driven. Ain't no fucking free
What you
game.
talking about? They got the Telltale series.
Telltale. Oh, well, hold on. The thing about the Telltale series is though, it's it's a like a story based thing where you have multiple
I
choices.
know. I was just saying.
Oh, okay, okay. I feel you. I feel you. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say like, people are just falling for that shit. They really must be in dire straits with their money. But Lady in Red says bye, everybody.
You doing work? She ain't say nothing.
So I'm about to peace out, y'all. It's a Wiz Fiasco, aka Wiz, aka Wizard. Why? Because you cannot fathom the wizardry. And keep your head up to the sky, man. Life gets hard. Don't let it get you down. And I'm gone.
Whew.
Said we got checks all on the wish list, couldn't predict it. From hanging with the wrong audience to running this show. I'm finally living, but in the beginning I didn't know. Didn't know I get this dream. The chicks that used to scream got me up in their dreams. I didn't know, didn't know I come out clean. The only time the homies see me is on TV screen. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Nigga.